Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Parents with kids getting ready to start another school year, beware. Fargo Public Schools are warning you about the chaos that might be coming with the first day of school. Specifically, if your child attends Discovery Middle School. Construction there has caused some roadblocks for parents planning to drop their kids off. A video has been released explaining for parents where they should go. We spoke with some parents who told us they're sick of waiting for the construction to finish. However, the project isn't expected to wrap up until early next year. Other schools in the FM area will be facing similar back-to-school challenges. They're bracing for heavy traffic. We've uncovered rules that parents should know when dropping off their kids. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer explains.
It's a traffic nightmare and can certainly be a dangerous one for kids. It's the first day of school.
The first day of school tends to be a little more congested than normal.
Trent Stanton is a school resource officer for Cheney Middle School in West Fargo. And he says the first day can not only be a confusing one because of traffic, but can be dangerous. That's why he'll be there long before the bell rings.
Kind of monitoring those situations.
But if they're going to be coming inside, we want them to either park in the lot or nearby.
School in Moorhead doesn't start for another couple weeks, but Principal Josh St. Louis with Reinertson Elementary School says he has seen this occasionally chaotic day for years.
I have a lot of students new to the district, into the building that are just figuring things out, and so it's a very hectic first day.
And to relieve some of the stress from that big day, we found some so-called experts who know a lot about this topic. They have some rules for dropping off your kids on the big day. These experts say first and foremost, put your phone down and pay attention. They also advise to never get out of your car and to move swiftly so you don't hold up traffic. Officer Stanton and Principal St. Louis agree with these rules, and they also have some of their own. They say to always pay attention to the signs and just be patient. In the FM area, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
Some other rules on the list: don't double park, don't cut in line, and put down your cell phone. For more information, head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. The wife of a Jamestown man who severed a hand while making sausage in his garage believes the quick actions of emergency responders likely saved his life, but says her husband will still lose the hand. 69-year-old Myron Schlafman was injured Friday afternoon doing something he's done for years, often using meat from hunting trips. Emergency responders used a device on his arm to try and stop the bleeding and got into the Jamestown hospital within minutes. Schlafman is now recovering at a Fargo hospital. Authorities have released the name of a man found dead in a Grand Forks apartment yesterday morning. They say there are no indications of foul play in the death of 29-year-old Zachary Savageau. Yesterday, police were called to an apartment complex in the 1800 block of 22nd Avenue South for an unresponsive male. Savageau was pronounced dead at the scene. Pretty decent day out there. Temps in the upper 70s. Wind, not that much of a problem. I liked it. Hutch, what do you have for us tonight?
More of the same. In fact, the sky's a little bluer today, a little less smoky as we look from our Valley Sky Cam. Off to the west, a couple of cumulus clouds in the distance and temperatures still holding in the low to mid 70s for most areas. Just a couple of clouds drifting overhead, but the radar extremely quiet in our neck of the woods tonight, so you can expect quiet conditions, clear skies, and decreasing wind as we head into the late night hours. We'll quickly slide through the 50s, some of us dipping into the upper 40s for morning temperatures, so a crisp start to your midweek day. Details on some warmer weather and a chance for some fairly stout thunderstorm activity here in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks. One man was hurt after his crop duster crashed in a bean field just 3 miles north of Grand Forks this morning. The pilot was transported to Altru Hospital with unknown injuries. No word yet on the cause of that crash. Minnesota and North Dakota rank in the top 10 states when it comes to women's rights and equality. A personal finance website says Minnesota ranks second and scored high in areas like workplace environment and small political representation gap. North Dakota ranked 8th and does well in categories such as having low unemployment rate and educational attainment gaps. The study, which ranked the 50 states on the metrics such as the gap between female and male executives and the disparity in unemployment rates for women and men. The top state for women's rights is New York. Utah is at the bottom. Classes are underway again today at NDSU. The university is saying there are 13,647 students enrolled on this first day of class. That number could increase as students complete the registration process. Last year, the enrollment stood at 14,432. In tonight's schemes and rip-offs, scammers are targeting people in Grand Forks. They're posing as members of the police department. Over the past weekend, a resident who appears to have fallen victim to a common IRS scam. Police say that the citizen was contacted and told that they owed back taxes to the IRS, and if they didn't pay immediately, they would be subject to arrest. The citizen was told to pay the back taxes by obtaining gift cards and providing gift card numbers to a second caller that appears to be calling from the Grand Forks Police Department. Officers believe a caller ID app was used to spoof the police department's phone number. A woman from Wahpeton says she's devastated after being scammed out of her life savings. The fraudsters called her 2 days after the death of her husband, and within weeks, they had drained her bank account of $100,000. She put aside her embarrassment to share her story with reporter Boyd Hooper in hopes that others will learn from her mistakes.
It all started with a phone call.
Oh, yeah. Phone call.
A call Kitty Hansen
Yep.
wishes she hadn't answered.
Said he was from Publishers Clearinghouse. I had won $2.6 million.
$2.6 million Kitty would receive after paying the taxes.
Just wasn't thinking right, I guess.
2 days earlier, Kitty had lost her husband. Her family believes scammers found her name in his obituary.
They wanted cash. $14,000 was the first. Went to my bank, yeah.
After withdrawals over several weeks from Kitty's Wells Fargo branch in Wahpeton, North Dakota,
Yeah.
she shipped by UPS 7 boxes filled with cash.
Most of it went to different addresses in Florida. $100,000 is what I got taken for, so, yeah.
I think it's a very targeted, successful scam.
Renee Anderson is Kitty's daughter.
I called her every day, and she didn't disclose this because they intimidated her.
They said they were going to take her house.
Yes.
For unpaid taxes.
Yes. And they also coached her on what to say because the bank tried several times to help her.
Oh, tell them you're buying a new car and you're going to do some remodeling of your house.
You asked the bank why they didn't just call you?
Yeah, I said, and they said, we can't because you weren't on the account.
Finally, the bank notified police, but too late.
Yeah, it was my life savings.
Now, Kitty hopes others can learn from her mistake.
Get on your parents' accounts. Do not send cash ever to anyone. The thing is to not let this happen to anyone else, ever.
A GoFundMe page has been established to help Kitty Hansen, and we have tips on how to avoid sweepstakes scams. It's attached to this story on our website. Go to valleynewslive.com. Later on Valley News Live at 6, the benefits of not sending someone to jail. That includes the individual as well as the state. They say location can be everything, right? Well, that includes how your child is positioned in a car seat. We'll explain up next.